Welcome to my channel. Hope you guys are all doing really good today. Finally, a makeup tutorial for you guys, my fall makeup tutorial. There's a lot of great stuff out in the market right now, and yeah, a lot of the things that I did use in this video are pretty new. If not, I've used it a couple times and I'm trying it out. So I'm really happy with some of the products that I did use. But anyways, I have been wanting to film a makeup tutorial for so long. I feel like every time I sit down to film, so many things that I want to talk to you guys and film, you know, little hauls that I've been doing lately and things for the kids. But makeup tutorial is definitely something I love to do on my channel, even though it is the most consuming video to film. But anyways, let me talk to you guys a little bit about the stuff that I used in this video. I want to start out with this CC Illuminating Serum CC cream, I guess you could say. It's really not a foundation. They don't market it as a foundation. It's a CC cream. This stuff is awesome. I bought this the beginning of the year for the first time to try it out, and I took it with me. I think it was to Florida, and I love it. Lately I have been really into products that have anti-aging benefits. I am older. I am looking for things that are going to help me, that are going to be good for my skin, and you know, anything that's going to talk about anti-aging. SPF is huge for me. I want to make sure it has SPF in it. And I have been looking for products that cater to skincare, that are going to take care of my skin. I've mentioned that before in my videos, so that's definitely something that I'm always in the hunt for. And I bought this at the beginning of the year. In fact, here's my tan color. I took it to Florida because, you know, again, it has the SPF 50, so it protected my skin while I was out on the beach, and I loved the wear. It is amazing. It is Your Skin But Better CC Plus Illumination Color Correcting Illuminating Full Coverage Cream plus SPF 50, which is what grabbed my attention really, but that was a very long name. That is definitely something that I look for in products. So this is a full coverage CC cream, and even though it claims to be full coverage, I sheer it out. I haven't been using a lot of full coverage foundations and stuff on my skin lately because I'm loving my skin. I've been in a really good skin kick right now, so I don't want anything that's gonna cover it and mask it. I want my products to be sheer and just, you know, maybe even just use it in certain areas. And the way I use this in this video, as you can tell, is I started out just a little bit in the middle and I spread it out. I used very little, and with that little bit I just sheared it out on my skin, but the coverage is phenomenal. This is my winter color. I went and bought another one because I really enjoy and love how this is looking on my skin. I have been getting a lot of compliments too on my skin, how it's been looking lately, and yeah, this is all I've been using, is just this CC cream. Sometimes I don't even use anything at all but concealer, you know, like on my day-to-day, but for work I've been using that, and I'm loving how it's looking on me. Next item I want to talk to you guys about is this eyeshadow palette. I have been buying so many eyeshadow palettes. This isn't the only one, but I really am gravitated to this one because of the colors for fall. I have been loving a lot of eyeshadow palettes lately. ColourPop, Morphe, Anastasia, they have been coming out with so many great, beautiful eyeshadow palettes, and I have been buying a lot of eyeshadows lately, and I look for, you know, quality, pigmentation, and price point. I look for those things in particularly because those are the things that I want to talk to you guys about in my channel, things that, you know, are affordable but also are good quality. And this one, Juvia's Place, is an eyeshadow palette that honestly I haven't really been familiar with this brand, but I've been seeing it a lot lately at Ulta, and I was playing with the pigments. I was, you know, testing them, and I've looked at research, and I've been seeing that they are great eyeshadows. The price point is great, and this particular palette, the Nubian 3 Coral, is beautiful. And although it says coral, it's beautiful. Yeah, it is a coral undertone. It is a beautiful palette for fall. I love these gray tones right here, the silver gray, this really light pale gray, and of course all these warm red tones that have that coral undertone with the brown. The shimmery colors are so beautiful. This is the second look that I created with this eyeshadow palette. If you want to see a more softer look that I did with this eyeshadow palette, look at my Instagram. I did post a picture of a more softer look for work because, you know, for work I just want to be able to do a really fast makeup look and, you know, go to work. But this is the fall kind of glam, you know, makeup look that I created with the palette. And I've been loving it. I'm very impressed with it. Another palette that I've been playing with a lot is this blush palette that I got from Nars that I've been playing with lately is the Unfiltered 1 palette. I think it's been out for a good minute. It's beautiful. I mean, look how pretty the palette is. It's this deep orange glass like cover, and the inside is these beautiful blushes. I'm very familiar with Exhibit A. Obviously this is Exhibit A. I'm very familiar with Exhibit A and I have used it many times. You have to know how to use it. Very soft to make it look like a natural tan. It's a beautiful blush. People are very intimidated by it, but if you know how to use it, it's beautiful. And today I have these two colors and you'll see how I use them in my video. But I love this blush palette. And the other item that I used that is new to my channel is this is just a new lip gloss. I love this purple kind of shimmery undertone. It's a purple undertone, but it's got hints of shimmer like in pink, gold, silver, and it's really pretty. I used it on top of this lip color. So yeah, those are some of the items that I used in this video, and if you guys are interested in seeing how I created this really pretty fall makeup look, then just stick around. But first, coffee. Okay guys, let's get started. I hope you guys don't hear my fan in the background. All these lights on makes the room really warm, so I have a fan back there and I'm hoping that it doesn't pick up too much sound. But anyhow, obviously I'm going to start with skincare. Skincare is the most important thing you can do to make your makeup look flawless. So I'm going to start with skincare. My skin's been a little dry lately. I think it's also because there's not a lot of humidity lately because it's already, you know, fall. And my face is so pale compared to the rest of my body. I didn't even spray tan this summer. Now that I think about it, I spent so much time at the pool this summer that my body's just darker. So let's get started. I'm gonna put my hair back. And the first thing I'm going to start with is this Clinique Turnaround Overnight Radiant Moisture. This is for very dry skin, and I've mentioned to you guys before that in the winter my skin gets really dry because I have really normal. I've managed to balance my skin out. It's pretty normal, but I would say it still has some dry areas. My skin used to be very dry. I used to suffer from really dry skin. So I'm going to use this Turnaround Overnight Radiant Moisturizer. I know it's an overnight cream, but I think that's my secret to getting rid of dry skin, using stuff that you would wear overnight, or like just a real strong hydrating moisturizer. And you could tell because this is a cream based that it's going to be very strong. So let's start with that. You cannot forget the neck. Make sure you always hydrate the neck as well. Use your serums and your moisturizers that you always get your neck. Usually the first thing I start with is my brows. Let's start with brows. And I don't think I need to do brows on camera because I've done my brows on camera before many times, but I will tell you what I'm using. I'm using this Brow Food ultra fine brow pencil and the brow gel Velvet 3 brow guide. These two products right here from Brow Food. So I'm going to use the brow pencil and then I'm going to use the brow wax. It's more like a brow gel. I would say with a tint of color in it, and it's dark. My hair is a little bit darker, so I did switch up my brow products for a little bit darker. Oh, I was trying to tweeze. You ever try to tweeze and you grab your skin? It hurts so bad. I don't know if I'm going to use the Brow Food Velvet 3D Brow. What is it? A Brow Glide? It looks like this. I have to learn how to use it more. This has like, you know, the spoolie, but the tip has product in it. So it's meant to like, you know, draw and then brush the hairs. Since I need more time with this, I'm just going to use my trusted 24-hour brow setter from Benefit. I love this product right here, but I usually just put this on at the end. So now that I've done my brows, I'm going to go ahead and continue with the rest of my face. The first thing I'm going to start out with is eyes. And I am going to use my NYX eyeshadow base. This is one that I am a big fan of. I have always been. I've replaced this. I don't know how many times I've gotten this product because I just love the consistency, and I love to trace my brows with it because it's just, I don't know, it's something about the formula. The color's perfect. I don't like it to be too light. I don't like to trace my brows with a really light color to make my brows even more pronounced. I like to trace it with a color that's close to my foundation color. If not, sometimes if I don't have this, I'll use my actual foundation. But this is pretty much my, you know, close to my skin tone. This is the number 3 NYX eyeshadow base. And of course, it is an eyeshadow base, so it's going to protect your eyeshadow. But I also like to trace my brows to clean them up a little bit. And I'm sorry if you guys hear my son in the background. He's playing and he's being very loud. So I just like to tap to warm up the product with my finger. And I keep tapping until I see it's completely blended. Because remember, the Beauty Blender is not going to warm up the product nicely. So I like to just use my finger until I see it's completely blended out. Now that I've done my brows and my eyeshadow base, I am going to go into my eyeshadow palette. The first color I'm going to use in this palette is this one right here. There's no names on these colors, so I'm just going to point out the color to you, describe it as best as I can. This is kind of like a really soft, rosy, almost like a really light brown rose color. That's the best way to describe it. So what I like to do first is tap, and then I blend. I like to place my powder to set the primer, and then I just blend. There's no fallouts on this palette. The colors are great. I'm going to go with this color right here. And I'm going to put that on my arch. Right up there. Then I'm going to grab my other brush. By the way, most of these brushes are Morphe brushes. Got this really pretty brown color right here. This is a very shimmery metallic brown. And I'm gonna also grab it with my finger because I'm also using a brush, but I'm switching over to my finger. And that gives you more pigmentation. There's a little fallout, as you can see, and this is the reason why I don't start with my foundation first, because there is a little fallout with the shimmery colors, and that's typical. Most shimmery colors have fallout. gonna get this brown color right here. It's gonna get a makeup wipe and so I removed the fallouts. I'm gonna go ahead and put my eye cream back. Remember, the importance of skincare is how your makeup is going to look afterwards, especially your complexion. So once I removed my fallout with a makeup wipe, I'm gonna go ahead and use my Kiehls under eye creamy treatment and put that back under my eyes because I want my concealer to sit nice. Okay guys, so I'm gonna use my No Pore-blem Prime Essence from Touch in Sol. And the reason I am using this primer as opposed to a radiant primer is because my foundation that I'm going to use, it's a CC cream, has radiance in it. So I want to kind of balance everything out a little bit and use one that just refines the pores. I really don't have large pores, but this one's nice because it does refine a little bit, and it has, again, that primer effect where you feel like your makeup is going to stick to it. And I really love this brand. Their primers are great. The radiant one is really good too. But this one's more of a oil base, which is good because it's not too creamy. If it was a creamy base, then I would use a different formula of foundation. I like to balance my products when I'm using them on my skin. I don't like to use, you know, hydration, hydration, hydration. I like to balance things out because I already used a deep hydrating moisturizer. So I'm using a oil base primer. And you have to be careful too when you mix your formulas, because when you use water-based products and oil-based products, it can separate on the skin. Think about oil and water, they don't mix together. So you have to also be careful with the products that you're using. I'm gonna go into my CC Cream Illuminating. It's like a cream serum foundation with SPF 50. I hope this color matches because I don't even have a spray tan. I had a lot of sun this summer. I went to the pool a lot. I still put SPF, believe it or not, but I still got dark. Let's hope that this color matches. If not, I have my tan color. But my tan color is really dark. So I'll make it work. If I have to put bronzer, I will put bronzer. And lately I haven't been putting like a lot of foundation. Like I just put a tiny little dot and I spread it as much as I can. I'm not really into putting a lot of foundation like lately for some reason. I mean, there's days where I'm just putting on concealer and that's pretty much it. Or a tinted moisturizer and that's it. I'll use the tinted moisturizer as my concealer. But I'm really not feeling like I need a lot of coverage. I'm okay with my imperfections, you know, whatever freckles or pigmentations I have in my skin. As long as my skin looks, you know, somewhat kind of just one color, you know, I don't care if my skin's peeking through. I always like to put my foundation here in this area because I always have a lot of redness right here. So let's go on to concealer. And now that I put my foundation, I feel like I have to trace my brows on the top a little bit. So I'm grabbing my NYX. eyeshadow base. I love eyeshadow base to trace the brows as opposed to concealer. The product is a little more sticky, it adheres better, so it doesn't allow your brow product to slip and slide all over the place. So I definitely like to use more of a eyeshadow base as my brow, on my brow. See, I'm cleaning up my brow and the color is pretty close to my natural color. It's not too light. Because you know, it's hard when you do your brows and you're doing your foundation, you're not going to put it on your brows. So I do miss a large amount of area right here when I'm putting my foundation. And you want to make sure that either you get your foundation and do what I'm doing, or you get whatever you typically use, you know, your concealer or your, in my case, eyeshadow base. You know, there's areas like right here where my foundation didn't reach. And I will fix it. I don't like it too sharp. I will fix it once I put my eyeshadow underneath my eyes. Now let's go into concealer. Okay, I'm going to use the Born This Way concealer in medium nude, which is this concealer right here. I'm just going to start out by putting a little bit in the inner corners right here. Again, I don't want to use too much concealer. I want to use like a triangle method. I start out with this amount and I kind of just spread it out and then see how much more I need. Again, I always like to work in the center of my face because that's where I get really, really red. So I'm going to just concentrate it there and then spread it out. Okay, definitely in the center. Look at really red right there, and maybe just a little bit right here to highlight, and that is it. I don't like to put too much concealer either, because I like my skin to kind of peek through. I like this concealer because it's very emollient and hydrating. Okay, now I'm going to use something that I haven't used in a really long time, and I love this product. I hate when I put things away that you accumulate so much makeup, you forget all the good stuff that you already have. This is a classic Laura Mercier, the Secret Brightening Powder. It's the one that's in this little size and the powder is white. This stuff brightens you up, and I like that because since I'm not using a lot of concealer, you know, the whole triangle method and all that craziness, and I just use my Morphe sponge and making sure that everything is in place and blended. And a little baking. I don't like to bake a lot. I'm gonna dust it out in a minute. This is just to set that area. That's it. I'm not using it anywhere else. I am going to dust it off. I'm just gonna set my makeup overall with this baking powder from Lauran Geller. It's in a tan color, which is nice because I need a little color. I feel like my skin, my face is a lot lighter than the rest of my body. So this gives me a nice color. One thing I don't like about this palette, it doesn't have a brow bone color, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab a brow bone color from another palette. There's this color right here, which is darker. This is from the Fame palette of ColourPop. This would have been for highlighting, but I don't want it that light, so I'm gonna go with this darker one right here, and that way I'm able to blend this right here. Sometimes my shadow up here gets all crazy. And then I go back and I get the original brush. Grab the brown again, and I'm going to trace that and use it as a lower eyeliner. Of course, we're not going to leave it harsh. We're going to blend it out. I'm going to get a little smudge brush like this and use this color to kind of blend it out right here. So I don't like that harsh line, and I like to smoke it out and make everything look more seamless right here. So now everything connects right here at the end. I love these deep red cranberry colors for the fall. They're so pretty. Now let's do some falsies. And as you guys know, I always use Ardell Wispies. Putting on my favorite lashes, my Ardell Wispies. This is my second time using them, which is my favorite when they are a day old. Let me pop these suckers on and I'll be right back. I got my lashes on and I'm gonna go ahead and contour my nose a bit. I like to contour my nose still. I don't even contour my face anymore. I just contour my nose. I like to contour just a minute. Blend it out. I'm gonna use this Lauran Geller bronzer that I have, Beach Matte Baked Hydrating Bronzer in Siesta Medium. It's very creamy and buttery. I do like it. You can tell it's really creamy and soft. And of course, you want to bronze your neck as well. Whatever you do to your face with bronzer, you definitely want to make sure you get your neck, because our necks are not really exposed to the sun. Exposed to the sun. So you want to make sure you bronze your ears. Don't forget your ears. I am obsessed with this palette from Nars. It's the Narcissist Unfiltered 1 palette. And, oops, I should take off the clear thing. Look how pretty this palette is. But I'm mostly obsessed with everything in it. First of all, I love Exhibit A. Exhibit A has always been one of my favorite blushes. If you use it right, it is beautiful. It looks like a natural tan. You just have to know how to use it. But today, I think I'm going to use, let me see, what's calling my attention. I'm going to use this color right here. I have used everything in here and I love this palette. But I'm going to use this color right here. With a nice like stippling brush. Because I just want to use a little bit of blush. Actually, I'm going to mix these two together. This one and this one. These two. Because I need a little bit of a pop. And I'm going to use highlight. Just on my nose. I'm going to go ahead and use the highlight in here. On my nose a little bit. Use a lot. Okay, I'm not. I'll use a little bit of highlight. I really like this color. I love this palette. I have been using it since I got it every day. I'm gonna grab my eyeshadow palette real quick, and I'm gonna use this color right here in my inner corners of my eyes. Just to highlight a little bit right there. I like that. Okay, now to the lips. I want to use my new Marc Jacobs gloss in, what is this called? I can't even see. Genie Kiss. It's this really pretty, it's this like really pretty purplish iridescent with glitters, like gold, silver, pink glitters. It's beautiful. And the lip liner that goes great with it is my always old trusted NYX Nude Beige. Pairs perfectly. Okay, this one color that I found in my makeup collection, Infallible Paints from L'Oreal. It's the number 310 and it's called Taupeless. Taupeless, it's this really pretty taupey-ish purple color that I think will pair up really nice, but this is very intense, so I'm just gonna put a little bit just to give it like a stain because it's really dark. See, that's it. It's a really dark color, so I just put very little, and now I'm gonna put the Marc Jacobs on top. This color is beautiful. Ah, love the way it tastes. This screams fall. This is a very fall makeup look. What else am I missing? Brows. This is the last thing I do, is my brows. The 24-hour brow setter from Benefit. This stuff keeps your brow hairs sticking up, which I love. I love, this is my favorite brow gel. It's so good. Oh, ignore my dogs. They're really sticking up. And I love this makeup setting spray from Morphe. It's the Continuous Setting Spray. I love the smell and I love the way it works. So that was it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you were able to follow along with me. Let me know if you guys have any favorite fall makeup palettes that you find that are kind of unusual. I would love to get my hands on it. Let me know down below if there's a fall makeup palette that you guys want to recommend. Fall, winter, you know, because I'm definitely going to be doing more makeup tutorials. So let me know if there's a palette that I should get my hands on. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Thank you so much for watching.
Your